Yes, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? It's Eagle Talks Football. We are back again for the final episode of Vibes from the Six for the 2024-2025 season. Liverpool are champions, 10 points ahead of Arsenal. So close, but yet so far for Arsenal. But we need to just keep pushing. Maybe we can break through next season. Champions League football secured for Manchester City after having one of the worst seasons they've had in years. Newcastle get it in the final seconds because Aston Villa and Nottingham Forest absolutely bottled it on the final day of the season. And Chelsea, I was just speaking to Ahmed behind the scene. Chelsea get Champions League football. Chelsea are in a cup final. Chelsea could have the second best season out of every club in the Premier League this year. Wow. And Aston Villa, were they robbed, or was it one of the worst collapses with them having their goalkeeper sent off and them just losing the game and capitulating at the end to Manchester United, who are currently sitting 15th, and Tottenham, the European champs, couldn't win versus Brighton? Kind of sounds a little fugazi if you ask me. But before we go any further, I got the regular panelists coming through. I got a very interesting show for you guys today. And you know something? I'm hyped. Liverpool fans, I don't want no problems. You guys won. You lifted your silverware. Leave me alone. Let me live. I'm not discrediting your trophy. You won it fair and square. You beat us by 10 points. Let's see if you can do it again. That's where I'm coming from. Let's see if you do it again. But before we go any further, big up Bridge Nations in the building, Chelsea fan in the house. Big up the man M, Manchester United fan. He's back from his vacation. He had to go on vacation because Man United is stressing him out too much stress.
We'll get into it.
There you go. And before we go any further, please do hit that like button, guys. Please do hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. But yeah, let's get into it, boys and girls. We got a lot to talk about. Ahmed, we're going to start with Chelsea. We've spoken about Liverpool so many times. We've spoken about Man City so many times. We've spoken about everybody else. But I think the reason why I want to start with Chelsea is because I feel like out of all the clubs on the final day that were looking to secure a spot, Man City won 4 league titles. Newcastle won a trophy already. Nottingham Forest not really have that expectations. Aston Villa, it's not make or break for them. Chelsea spent $1 billion. They had to get Champions League football this year. And I was hearing there could be issues down the pipeline financially too. I don't know if that's true. You can let me know. But Chelsea winning today versus Nottingham Forest to clinch Champions League football, the biggest game of the day. How do you feel?
I told you on Friday that we were going to beat Nottingham Forest. You know, I remember Wolfie was on the stream. No, we're going to beat these guys 4-1. But I told you, last season, we beat these guys at their home ground. And I think we had 2-3 games left in the season. And I told you we're going to do it again. I think one thing I've always said on this channel is that pressure builds diamonds. I think for me, this is a young team. This team needs to learn from their experiences, obviously, that they've had, of course. Against Newcastle, they failed that mission. But as I said before, they had a chance to redeem themselves and to learn from that experience in a big game and get the job done. And the team did what they needed to do to get that job done. I have to give a massive credit to Tosin Adebayo, my African brother. Did a great job today defensively, what we need him to do. Big up to Levi Cole. I have to say the last 8 games of the season has really stepped up and shown that quality that, you know, many a top club have been asking for him, in my personal opinion, too, and getting the goal that we needed to at the end of the day. I have to give credit to the manager, Maresca, for doing a great job as well, particularly in the second half, tactically shutting up shop, doing the job that needed to be done to make stuff happen. And listen, at the end of the day, we didn't even need 5th place. We did what we needed to do and finished in the 4th spot. And I look at the team now. This is a good moment for us. Again, the predictions, a lot of people predicting us to finish 6th place, 7th place, too young, don't have the skills to pay the bills, don't have the mentality. We did this in a season where arguably our number 1 player has had an extremely poor season, in my personal opinion, right? And you need to look at it. Factually. So listen, again, I look at all this stuff and it's all well and good. Yes, we are back to where we need to be. We are back to what I like to call my minimum expectations for the football club, which is top 4, right? So I look at this now and I'm now looking at the club transfer wise. It's now about taking the next level, the next step for the team. Quite simply as that. And one thing I have to say about Chelsea Football Club, we always went bust when we are doubted. Because when we are doubted, that's when we produce the most, baby. So that's all I'm gonna say.
You know something? Are you guys impressed by Chelsea? Because I am. I think Chelsea.
Impressed.
No way.
No. Listen to me. Listen to me for a second.
Trying to big
Chelsea
brother them.
needed to get top 4. They went to Everton, won 1-0. They went to Liverpool, won 3-1. Don't get me wrong. They lost to Newcastle, which was crucial for Newcastle to get through. But then they go and bounce back, beating Manchester United in a shaky 1-0, and all the pressure in the world to go away to Nottingham Forest, who've been a better team than Chelsea for majority of the year.
But look, they
win 1-0.
Their competition for top 4 was
you're
Newcastle,
underestimating
Aston Villa.
how big of a win this is for them.
I don't know, man. I think, look, well done. You got top 4, but for me, it's your competition to get top 4 was Newcastle, Aston Villa. They bottled it last game of the season. You done it, but you achieved what you set out to achieve. I get it. Well done, but I wouldn't say like.
Yeah. Listen, M. Like Igal trying to move like a big brother to Chelsea right now. He's like, I'm impressed. Like, what's happening here?
Again, as I said before, for me, from my Chelsea perspective,
young team, new manager.
Yeah, but listen, I think again,
they
about
need to win. They win 4 out of their last 5
You're
games.
Easily impressed, Igal. You're easily impressed.
I
think
that's not
easy. 4 out of their last 5 games.
If anything, I'm more impressed by City for clawing it back, because for them to finish 3rd after the season that they've had, I could say the same thing for City. Oh, I'm so impressed, but
only 2 teams. Only 2. Only 2 teams out of the top. What do you call it? 6 have won 4 of their last 5 games, and that's City and Chelsea.
Yeah. The run to close out the season, you can be like, you know what, I didn't expect this from Chelsea. It was good to see. But yeah, I think you're going a little too far with being impressed. Like, I think Chelsea should have been more consistent around this level throughout the entire season. So
I agree.
This is where you're kind of like, okay, better late than never. But to be impressed, no. I think it's interesting to see. Also, you can only play who's in front of you, but what we're going to continue to hear throughout the rest of this summer is that Liverpool were on vacation after securing the league. So that win that you kind of bigged up a little bit, they're all going to tell us they were drunk and they were on vacation already or on holiday.
I think, though, if you're being fair, I think with a lot of within this major fixture run, a lot of people were saying, though, however, that we're probably going to get only 2 points from this fixture list, considering the way we had been playing, how it looked at the time, and I think to be able to then turn it around, right, and then actually get that job done, I think there should be some massive credit given to the players. But either way, I think for me, it's neither here nor there. I think from a Chelsea perspective, I've always said before, yes, we did fall off between that period. If we hadn't fallen off as much, I think the top 4 would have been a lot more secure for us. We've probably had a bit more of a plain sailing season in terms of the top 4 race. But listen, we still got the job done. That's what matters to me. And again, I think for me, more so, it's about minimum expectations. My minimum expectation this season was a top 4 and a trophy, and and I was also hoping for a Carabao Cup and FA Cup. One of those, the minimum expectations has been met. Now Wednesday's next for that stuff, and now World Cup is next. That's it.
Wow. We all did our predictions going into this final Sunday and where was going to finish. I thought that the teams that were in Europe were going to remain in Europe. I didn't know that what the order would be, whether it would be City, Chelsea, and Newcastle, but I thought that those were the clubs that were going to advance forward. And I mean, how Forest performed, how Aston Villa performed. Yeah, eyebrows are raised, but no, I think who
exactly
in Europe are in Europe.
Exactly. And again, listen, I know you were here last week. This Friday, Beta. We beat these guys last year in a similar fixture period where we needed to get something done, and I think they needed to get something done in that moment in time. So for me, that gave me the confidence to say I'm going back into a game similar to that. I should be getting the job done. And I think the
Bro,
other thing that I
do you
think
not
that we
think
did.
for 1 second today you could lose?
No, the reason why I didn't think, listen, obviously in the beginning, that's natural. Obviously, you could lose, but I think for me, the moment I always said that the moment you score a goal against Forest, they're never going to be able to break us down afterwards because no matter how many chances they got against us, bro, they were never able to break us down.
Yeah.
Because again, the whole point of their team, even the tactics in the first half, even though I wasn't quite happy with the way that Maresca kind of went into the game. The reason why I still thought the tactics were still solid was that we told them break us down. That's not Forest's game at the end of the day, right? So you're giving them the impetus to do something that they can't do.
I hear it. I mean, the thing that's crazy, and I'm really excited for this show, is because all the games happening at once. I'm gonna be real with you. I know nothing on how you guys played or where the scores were. I didn't check anything.
You know
until
what?
the
I
game
think that's
was
a
done.
good point. Good point. Let's go here straight to the results, because maybe some people don't even know what happened. Today was very interesting. So first of all, let's talk about the games that really made a difference. Like Bournemouth winning was the difference between them getting what, 9th or 10th. Fulham, what happened in we're going to talk about what happened in your game. Fulham won 2. You beat Fulham 2-0. Vader. West Ham won 3-1. Bowen got a brace. A fantastic season for him. Liverpool drew 1-1, and Gravenberch got sent off. Aston Villa absolutely got robbed a goal and then got given a penalty against them. And Martinez friggin' tried to like spear Rasmus Højlund and got a red card. Newcastle lost to Everton, and somehow off the back of that still got Champions League football because Villa and Nottingham Forest didn't go through. And Southampton gave us a fight. Set piece FC. We conceded more set pieces this season than anybody else, and we scored 2 goals, enough to get us through. Brighton came back from a 1-0 deficit to win 4-1 versus the European champions, but they're supposed to have a better season than us. They're 17th. And Wolves and Brentford ended in a draw. They shook hands. And you know something? The most impressive thing about this game, Mbeumo finished the season with 20 Premier League goals.
Deserving. He's had a phenomenal season.
Look at this.
One of our teams, man.
Look at the goals. You got Mbeumo with 20 goals. You got Wood with 20 goals. What the hell? Why is it going to Wood? You got Haaland with 22 goals. Isak with 23 goals. And Mo Salah with 29. This season, there's been way more goals than previous seasons, but it doesn't feel like it.
No, it doesn't feel like it still.
That's true.
Look at this. Wait, what the hell? I'm talking about the Aubameyang season. What year was that? Look at this. Look at COVID.
19.
Was that 18?
Look at this. The goal, there was decent. It was 18-19. Yeah, look at that. 3 guys in 20, 4 guys in 20. This season has a lot more goals than like those years.
Yeah, more 20 plus, or 20 goal scorers. No, I think those are phenomenal seasons. And Mbeumo, listen, and he was doing
guys,
that.
The guy won the Guard of Honor. So you guys gonna clap for him?
Wait, what?
Wait, no, I've done this already.
No. It's the final day. Do it for him.
I've done this multiple times,
guys,
bro.
come on.
No, I'm not doing this.
Put your hands together for the champions of England. Come on.
You've been champions.
I'm Bernardo
Silva.
Silva.
3 weeks ago. 4 weeks ago. Bro, you were champions 4 weeks ago, bro. Like,
Vader, come on.
It's the second time, bro.
Vader, be a sport. Come on.
My hands are behind the microphone.
Vader, come on. Show your hands.
See, my hands are behind the
Show your
microphone.
hands. Move it to the side so you can see it.
You've been celebrating this a bit too long. I've done one already.
I've been on holiday, man.
You know what's messed up? I don't like. See, the one thing. Let me.
Nobody's giving Jay a Guard of Honor though.
No, but this is the thing.
I can't believe Brighton gave them a Guard of Honor.
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in Rax because he's acting like he's never been here before. Did I come on stream?
Yeah.
Did I come on to these shows the last 4 seasons and ask for a guard? No, Rax, you're better than this.
Listen, if you don't ask, you don't get. You didn't ask.
No,
you didn't
you
get.
did get it. No, this is like your third or fourth one. Like I've done 2 on the show.
No,
I'm pretty sure it was with you.
Actually, no, but I haven't had one. This is because we said we're going to do one. Gal said you do one, so then this is the one that I chose. You voluntarily chose to give me one. I didn't ask for it.
You've done them
I
previously.
didn't ask for it. This is
No.
this is the one I'm asking for.
No, he did say on the final show,
Fair
I'm
enough.
gonna come late, and then we could do it.
Even links
It's
in
fine.
the chat. How many guard of honors has he got? Like on the locker room.
Now, you know what? Fair play to Liverpool fans. And you know what? We just finished the Chelsea section. Let's start with Liverpool section. We'll talk about City and everybody else in a bit, Vader. Liverpool, final game of the season, really doesn't mean anything, but you've won the league. You've seen your team lift a trophy. Van Dijk lifting the trophy. Arne Slot lifting the trophy. Kind of bittersweet. Mo Salah doesn't get the assist record or the golden boot for Europe. But overall, how you feeling, man?
Look, man. Every big club at the start of the season, what you want to win more than anything is your home division championship. Of course, the European Cup is huge, and no one's going to turn it down. But I think most Liverpool fans, if they're realistic, will say we didn't expect it. And those are the ones that are the sweetest.
You didn't,
because
man.
no, I know. But that's right. But those are the ones that are the sweetest, right?
So poor, and you had Arsenal chasing you.
Look, the fact is that we built up a lead early, and Arsenal weren't able to reel us in. And people, and look, not necessarily saying you, but a lot of Arsenal fans early on, especially, were like, "We're still favourites. They'll draw, lose against Brighton or whoever it was, and still like we're favourites when they're 9 points behind us." And it was just vindication. Look, there's been seasons in the past where we've got really close, where we've pushed City to 97, 90, and 90 plus points. And most other seasons, those would have won the league. And so it's a beautiful moment. We didn't get to celebrate it in front of fans last time, and everyone can see that it was a lovely day at Anfield today. Everyone was together, and even the whole situation with Trent, which has put a little bit of a shadow on things over the last few weeks, even that's kind of been lifted a little bit as well. And look, banter aside, football aside, next year it may not be us, and wherever it is, whether it be Arsenal or City or God forbid United or Chelsea even. I hope for you guys, because I know you guys and I know you've known you for a while, I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I did, because it's been beautiful today.
I hear it, man.
Oh, that's
Anyone going to speak on Liverpool?
I mean, there's nothing to say about Liverpool right now. What is there to say? They're getting good players in. They've won the title. I mean, that's what else is there to say after that?
What? No, there's a lot to say. I want to do a couple things because, listen,
It's called season review, right?
Look at Vader. Vader's always. Look at Vader.
Vader's always
lowering the tone already. He's lowering the tone already.
No. Listen, first and foremost, you won the league, deservingly so. The praise is deserving, right? Now, with regards to what we do moving forward, or you trying to say, oh, next season, I hope you guys can be as happy as I was. All right, that's all nice and sweet, Rax. Thanks a lot. But to say that but
I don't mean you're necessarily your clubs. But I mean you guys on a personal level. Whoever wins it next season,
1 second,
if
guys.
wins it. I don't wish glory on United, but if M were to win it next season, I would hope that he would enjoy it. For example,
1 second, guys. We got a gate crasher. He wanted to come on and speak about Chelsea quickly. Joe, man, I brought you on. You want to say your piece. Before the game, I thought you guys were guaranteed we're gonna lose. I did say that Ahmed gave Chelsea his flowers, but what did you want to say, bro?
I mean, I didn't get to hear all that part. So, like, that was where I was. That's kind of where I was coming for. You gotta give us our flowers here, and we're doing what we were supposed to do, right? We were supposed to win, right?
What you're supposed to do.
Everyone had us winning, right? Before the game, everyone had us winning, right?
Yeah, but
everyone, right?
No, the whole
Marwan,
point
you
was,
had us winning before the game.
What? 100%. Why not?
Okay. Now,
why not? No.
How about most of the pundits around? Did they have us winning this game?
No.
Okay, that's all I'm going to say.
I predicted you not to finish
That's
top
all
four.
I gotta say. And my manager said it perfectly. My manager said it perfectly afterwards. He put out words that were perfectly said for all of you. Okay, you guys can go read it later.
Who said it? Maresca.
Yeah, go ahead. Fabrizio Romano posted the words. You guys can read it, and that's to you guys that all doubted us. That's all for you.
What did he
Oh,
say?
No, it's
Go
not
ahead.
for us.
One second, educate us. What did he
I got a
say?
question. Hold on,
That's
I got a
it.
question.
Go read
Joey, I got a question now. I'm gonna be honest. Well done for getting top 4. Like, you know, I struggle to say you deserved it, but you got it. Yeah. But
Why
are you
did
happy?
we deserve it? We went 5-4 at the end of the season when
I
everybody
get that.
thought our run was dead.
I get that, but do you know what that reminded me of? That reminded me of like Ollie.
Oh
like,
my
days when we were
God.
trying to get top 4 last days. But as a season,
Maresca
like,
told
are
everyone
you
to fuck
happy with
off.
the season? Are you happy
What
with the
the
season
hell?
though?
Maresca, on the critics and the doubters for Chelsea. Well, in English, I would say F them
This
all.
guy, bro. That's a F
Yeah.
yeah, bro.
Yeah, that's all you
F
that
off to all
doubted
of them.
us. That, like my manager said, that's exactly what we had. Exactly like my manager said, son.
So we're saying another 1.5 bill this summer.
Inshallah, Habibi. Inshallah. Inshallah.
We need whatever money needed to make the squad better. Has to be spent.
Inshallah.
I don't really
You
care.
wish you could spend that. You over there, you talking about money. You wishing you could spend that much money. You over here dreaming of
No,
spending
do you know
that.
what? It's like playing a game, yeah. It's like, you know, FIFA. It's like playing FIFA or buying FIFA coins. That's what it's just hella FIFA coins.
I
going
can't
on with
believe
you,
he
bro.
said F them all.
Yeah, because we don't
No,
like
I
them.
do,
I'll be
bro.
honest.
He got what he set out to achieve.
Mhm.
No one, do you know what I mean? Like, fuck, like, yeah, like F you all, bro. I've done it. Safe next season. I hear it.
Hey,
The funny thing
fair
is,
play.
he's,
We did what
he's
we
saying
did.
that he's saying that to half of
Joey,
the
I'll
Chelsea
get you
fans as
on.
well.
I'll get you on before.
And that's okay. That's okay.
Joey, I'm gonna need to get you on for a video before the league.
The Conference League?
Called? The Conference League
Yeah,
final.
that's fine, brother. And you let me
Anyways,
know.
bro, before you came on, I thought it was impressive how you guys ended the season.
Mhm.
Vader said it wasn't impressive. You're supposed to do this.
I mean, yeah, we are supposed to do this. But we did it, right?
Exactly.
That's what it is.
No, but impressive. Impressive was the word, Agal. Impressive. It was
So-
this impressive? No, like it wasn't. Like I expected you lot to do this. It wasn't impressive.
I can guarantee you at April 20th, before April 20th, both of you were sitting here talking about how Chelsea wasn't going to end up making their goals. At April 20th, we had a game against Fulham, and we've lost one game since. So I don't want to hear.
No, but
but
I expected you lot to do it.
You
It's not like no one expected you lot not to do it.
because the title.
I had
the
more
title
faith in
was still
Chelsea
going.
doing it than Newcastle,
No,
and
I'm not letting
and
you
Aston
do
Villa. I knew
The
Aston
title
Villa
was
were going to
still
fall off.
The title was
Come
still
on.
going. Liverpool was still had games to play. At that point, when we played them, they didn't.
Bro, I swear Jackson fit.
If that's
Jackson
the
was
only
fit
thing
back
that's
then,
not
bro. Jackson was
impressive about
playing.
it,
He was
that's
scoring
fine.
actually back then.
No, it was he only scored.
He only scored
in
one
the-
goal against
yeah.
Everton. He only
And it was
scored
the
one
Conference
goal
League,
against Everton. One
Yeah,
goal.
yeah.
Is I got more faith in Chelsea getting top 4 than Aston Villa and Newcastle this season. That's all I'm saying. So I stuck by Chelsea getting top 4. I knew them.
Marwan, you might be right because you do at certain points give us credit when it's due, and I know that. I just don't watch enough of your content to say that you did. Okay. But this guy on the bottom, I see him on American Waffle all the time, so I don't want to hear the way that
Yeah,
you talk.
Vader's a hater.
I don't want to. I don't.
Yeah, Joey.
You are gonna
Joey
hear what
came
I have to
in
say.
with flames.
I know.
Listen, I'm gonna have to get you on before the Conference League final. We'll speak soon. Love,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
Thank you for coming on.
Of course.
Big up, Dre.
True gate.
He did what Ahmed didn't want to do. Ahmed came on a humble thing. Joey's like, "Fuck you guys."
Yeah, no, he did
That's
it
what it
with
should
Maresca.
be, yeah.
That's all good.
I hear it.
Because
I-
that's
You know
not
the
that's
thing
way
is,
it's been.
I'm disappointed because I never get to do that. When I wanted to get Champions League football, I came short. When I wanted to, next year when I wanted to get Champions League football, it got ruined because I got into a title race and I didn't win the title, and then it kind of overshadowed
But
everything.
Yeah,
No,
I just
became
think.
a poor
I think.
season. And it's like anytime I wanted to reach an expectation, the expectation rise to
Because
another
you
level.
do
No,
that
no, you
yourself.
reached an expectation, Agal. Real Madrid. That game. That was
This
the
season-
season.
You do
That
that
was
to
This
yourself,
season,
though.
expectations became win the league or the
Even-
Champions League, or else you're
Is
shit. It's like, what the fuck,
Even though bring me Bayern, bring me Bayern.
Yeah.
Bayern, yes.
bro?
You do that to yourself, man.
No, that
Honestly,
Real Madrid
I
win.
do
That was,
this to myself.
that was
But
massive.
can we bring it back to Liverpool? Because I felt like we cut off Rock. Sorry.
That's okay. That's
Yeah.
okay.
Was
Gate
it?
crashes.
Did we cut off
You ain't
Rock
gotta deal
or
with
did
gate
we
crashes.
cut off my good friend Vader who went
Yeah,
to
I'm the
cut
one
into
that
No,
gets
no,
cut
no.
off.
But
It's all
Rock
good.
never even got to finish his Liverpool
No,
section.
Brady was asking me a question.
Yeah, Vader was
he
asking him a question.
he took all the kind words that I showered on you guys and him, and then he just like how about the transfers? What are you going to do next year for the with your squad? Go on,
I didn't
please continue.
No, I wasn't going to talk about transfers or anything
So are
like
we
that.
saying Liverpool back to back?
I'm not even going so
we're-
far as I'm not even looking at next season.
We're favourites. We're favourites.
No,
I'll look at next season. We're favourites.
You guys in your ADHD and want to go already talk about next season. I wasn't done talking about this season. I want to emphasize that this closing out the season, this kind of like copium that said, you know what, the season was over, the team didn't care about the remaining games. Come on, guys. You do. Like, you want to celebrate with the fans, and we know that the fans celebrate wins. There was many, actually, I won't just say a few. There were many Liverpool fans that want to see the winning performance to continue. Yeah, they kind of got it, but at the same time, the drop points wasn't happy because many, and Rax knows this, many Liverpool fans were about, even a points tally or even ending strong. So I think Liverpool fans are going to be disappointed. In hindsight, they're going to be disappointed in not having more than 84 points. I think they're also going to be disappointed, and you can't control it. But football won with Mo Salah not being able to break Henry's record, which I hope, Igal, you're very happy with.
He did break Henry's record.
No, he didn't. He got 18 assists.
Yeah, okay. But he's already broken his overall.
Those are two separate
Henry got 40 GA, right?
Those are two separate things.
Salah got fine.
And again, Liverpool's PR is phenomenal because when Haaland had 44 GA in the treble-winning season and broke the goal-scoring record, no one was talking about breaking Henry, this and that. So it is what it is. Liverpool's PR, phenomenal. But I'm happy because football won with him not breaking Thierry Henry's assist record. And this is where we want to talk about. Games did matter. This is what we want to talk about when you actually finish the season. And again, I'm going to inject my club. To be Centurions after you've already won the league several games ago is difficult to do. That mentality.
It's difficult to go invincible after you've won the league.
But
did you?
Look,
It's a little bit different because there wasn't an absolute number of points we were aiming for, right? Like when the Centurions happened, when you'd won the league at that point, you still had the opportunities to go for Centurions. But by the point that we won the league, the maximum number of points we could have got, I think, was 91 or 94. I don't remember. So yes, it's a milestone, but it's also a milestone we've crossed a few times before in recent years. The Centurions.
Can I also make another point?
I was actually the season we won the league. I'll give it to you, Vader. I would have, because at that point, the point that we won the league, we could have surpassed the Centurions, and we ended up with 99 overall. So I'll give it to you for that season, but I'm not going to give it to you for this season.
But can I just before you go?
1 second. There's another Chelsea fan. They keep coming out the woodwork. Where do they keep coming from? You guys know who this is?
The woodwork? I was the OG on this channel. What do you mean?
That's my guy, man.
Between haircuts, that's why he's not on camera.
I'm not.
You went missing at the lowest.
Guys, you can imagine why I'm not on camera right now. There's a lot of reasons in it. I'm not gonna say. Do you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? I respect myself. Do you know what I'm saying? So, anyway, even Terry clocked it. He was like, "Why says it on camera?" But anyway, be up the chat, man. I didn't see Nagal tweet about Chelsea. I wonder why. Side-eye. Do you know what I'm saying? I wonder why. What do I say, man? Heritage is back in the Champions League.
You say, Chelsea, got top four, bro. That's all you say, innit? You never won nothing. Like, it's I don't understand why this excitement.
Respectfully, you're the only top six sub, bro. You're the only top six sub not in the Champions League. So respectfully.
No, but I'm just saying though, innit? Like, bro, it's just like this excitement. It's like, yo, boys, like, yo, we made it, guys. It's like it's top four, guys. Like,
you're 16th. Especially. Let's have some decorum, man. You know what I'm saying? You're not in the Champions League. Even Spurs in the Champions League. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't be celebrating top four like this. That's all I'm saying. Innit?
I
just came back from Turkey.
Who said
Spurs fans were crying from winning a trophy. I understand that. They were crying in the pub I was in. They were all crying. I was like, you know what? Well done. You deserve it. Honestly, I didn't feel no hatred. I was like, well done. Since you're crying from winning the Europa, well done. You deserve it. But you lot getting top four, and it's like, yo, guys, hey, we made it. Like, it's like, yo, well done.
It's been 2 years, to be fair. I get why they're.
Yeah, man. It's been a few years, man.
I don't know.
No. It's not even that. It is. I let Ems waffle because sometimes less is more. Let him talk and he waffles himself.
Less is more, bro.
Like he did, he waffled.
Bro,
so I let him talk.
Come on, let's
Ems,
be
you
real.
want to talk? Ems, you want to talk some more? Go on.
It's top
You
four.
talk.
That's what I'm saying. It's top four. I think everyone on the panel can agree, apart from Chelsea fans.
Less is
Wenger
more.
got sacked.
Fine,
Van Gaal got sacked for winning the FA Cup and getting top four, and he still got sacked. So, bro, like, well
Ems,
done. You got
you're
top four.
fucking 16th. Wait your turn.
No,
As I was saying,
about Chelsea, just because Man United are 16th doesn't mean I can't talk about another club. All I'm saying is you got top four and it's not a trophy. That's all I'm saying. That's it.
Who said it was a trophy though?
That's what I'm saying. No, but the way you look before you was Joey.
So the way I'm talking feels like it's a trophy. So Ems, nothing I said is just feeling. You feel like I feel like it's a trophy. I never once said it's a trophy.
Bro,
I'm a man. I don't deal with feeling. I deal with facts. The facts are on top four.
The energy.
The facts are saying. I'm not a weak
guy. Like,
Simple as that, man.
I'm a big guy.
Simple as that, man.
I'm a big guy. I deal with facts. I'm very massive. I'm a factual guy. The facts are I'm top four. The facts are you're bottom five. That's the fact. The facts are every single team in the top six in the Champions League other than you. That's a fact. The facts are you're broke. The facts are you have Hoyland up front. The facts are you have Onana. The facts are you're crap.
Oh wow!
You know what I'm saying?
Hey boys, the guys in the chat, you got top four. He's mentioning Onana. Hey bro, you forgot who you got. Forgot who you got in goal, bro. Like seriously, stop this. Hey, man. Conversation to be had.
He's gonna be sold soon.
Whatever.
Ahmed, you know what? You see Ems, yeah. You see how he's talking so much. You see how the rest of the panel ain't talking. You know why? See, he ain't in Champions League. We're all singing the champions. And guess what, Ems? You know I'm in pot one, right?
We're all singing what?
You know I'm in
the
pot
champions.
One. Do you know that?
Did you just say we're all singing the champions? Right? What did you say? You're all singing what? Champions League. Is that what you're singing?
I mean, I made top four. What do you?
So what are you singing? We made top four, guys. We made top four.
No, you missed the point emphatically. So, if you know what that means.
If you're top four, Ches, if you're top four, are we all the English teams top four?
Bro, right. Every single team in the
seeded or whatever it is, top 8 or whatever the seeding is.
Yeah, so right. Every single team, every single team in the top 6 made Champions League other than Ems' team. That's why he's talking the most. Have you heard this quote before, man? You all know this.
The chat, bro, everyone's literally
one to Ems.
Won the same trophy.
One to Ems. Vator will know this as the elder in the group. Vator will know this as the elder in the group. Yeah, there's sometimes the loud people in the room. Quiet people. You know that.
I'm getting top 4. Have it.
United top 15. Ches are talking facts. I know I'm talking facts, but Ems, you know,
just got top 4.
I've heard it before. Yeah,
abysmal season.
Have you heard this before?
Arsenal, we're in part
Ems
2.
is doing the classic. Ems is doing the classic. The loudest people in the room are the quietest people.
Ems is top 2.
I'm gonna mute myself.
No, Ches, you missed it. The realization just came on Igal's face. Igal just went. We're in part 2.
No, we were in part 2 this season. Yes. We were in part 2 this season. The Man City, Liverpool.
Hey, we're in part 1, by the way.
I know, bro. You know what I mean, man?
Man City, Liverpool, and Chelsea are in part 1. Wait, and Tottenham. There's 5 Premier League teams in part 1.
Hold that. I finished 4, and I'm in part 1 because of heritage.
If you're in part 1, stand up.
Stand up.
Yes,
stand up. Stand up.
Better stand up.
We've got the Champions League, bro.
Ches, we got to bring it back to regular services.
Yeah,
thank you for your time.
Hey, Gal, let me say one thing, yeah? I'll say one thing in the game, and I'll stop trolling, obviously. Shout out everyone in the chat. Shout out Gal. This is the OG panel. I was here. You know what I'm saying? But Chelsea, man, they done their thing. Ahmed knows. Before this game, I was seeing a gal, all Arsenal fans, City fans, Villa fans, Chelsea going to lose to Forest, and they're going to lose to Betis, and they're not going to make top 5, and everyone's going to laugh. Shut your mouth. See what I'm saying? Because we made top 4, we didn't even make top 5. And guess what, guys? We had the 3rd best defense in the league. Did you know that?
I think.
With Sanchez in goal, with Tosin, who's a scrub, with Enzo Fernandez, who's crap, with Jackson, who's crap, And we still got the third best defense.
All the way to
league
Champions
and
League.
top
I
four.
hear it. You guys are doing the Super Mick Arteta song right there.
Yeah, that's
No,
what I'm
go.
saying, bro. I'm just done with
The
this.
difference between me and you is, you know what the difference between me and you is? I might win next week, and you got no trophies.
Oh, okay. And if you don't win, we won't
Champions in
see you till
Europe,
next season.
you'll never sing that. You'll never
Listen, man.
sing that.
Right.
What do you
Yeah,
mean? I was singing that last night. Champions League winners.
Listen, I want you
Oh
to
my
know. I want
God.
all
Oh,
people
boy.
to know this right now.
It's
Real
about the
Betis,
women's team, bro.
Real Betis, mate. You know what I mean?
Isco, do something
They're
for
gonna
me.
They're going to get violated. I'm gonna be honest with you. We're gonna
Yeah, anyhow
violate.
Anthony turns
You
up.
guys are gonna win.
Right.
You guys are gonna win.
Yes, we are gonna win. I'm not gonna. Don't look scared about them. Nothing to fear. We are gonna get the job done.
You better.
Listen,
You know what?
on this channel,
On
wait. Listen, on this channel, Igal knows this. Even Vita and everyone knows this. I've said this before. When it comes to Conference League, it should be already in the glass room with the other trophies that exist. So I've said that already. So and I've maintained that school of thought. That's it.
Yeah, he's right. He's right. That trophy's theirs.
Fair
It
play.
has to.
Okay, let's keep it moving, guys. Ches, thank you for your time, brother. We're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna remove you from the show. Big up. Hopefully you can join us during the summer when we talk about Chelsea's transfer window, because now you guys are gonna have a Mazda of a transfer window. I better not see you saying Liam Delap. I want him now that you got Champions League.
I like Liam Delap, but obviously now the level's gone up, so we can't get
Yeah.
Liam Delap anymore.
To be fair,
So-
again, with Chelsea
Yeah.
transfer news, you'll probably find a lot more news out this week about
All right,
who
guys.
gonna sign.
Big up, big up. They're coming in. Revolving door. Ches is out. Toon is in. And he's in the Champions League,
Big up
guys.
to Toon, man. Big up to Toon. Big up to you,
He
man.
made the Champions League. Bro, you got to thank Villa. You got to thank Chelsea. You got to thank friggin' everybody, bro, at this point, because you guys squeaked in. Toon, what's going on with your camera?
Man, I don't even know. Let me come back in. As soon as I was all
Is that
good
another
on-
Chelsea fan, bro? For top four.
No,
No,
Newcastle,
he's a
Newcastle.
Newcastle fan.
I'll come back in. I'll come back in.
It was crazy, eh? That was, I mean, I can understand why Unai
when I
Emery
s-
was pissed. He was well pissed.
Toon, I cannot lie to you.
robbed.
He
get
deserves.
robbed.
He deserves to be pissed. You know. I think the red
Yeah,
card was
yeah.
obviously like if I'm just gonna be if you're gonna be fair to the red card was a red card. Let's be fair.
Yeah,
about that.
100%.
Yeah, but then the
Martinez is an
Bayinda-
idiot.
But the Bayinda thing was, I cannot believe they did not give that goal. That was actually, like,
Why-
you can see
why
it in
did
real
the ref-
time.
Why does the referee blow his whistle? Like the ball is going into the goal, just let it go in and then let VAR decide. If you're not,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
he's
That was
seen it
sick,
happen, he's seen him shoot, and before the ball goes in, he's blown his whistle, and that takes it out of the hand of VAR. It is
Exactly.
absolutely crazy. I don't
Yeah,
understand.
bro.
But it's crazy. It's kind of crazy because we all expected Newcastle to thump Everton, didn't we? We all in
Yes.
the preview show we was like saying 2-0 Newcastle, 3-0 Newcastle. We just handed to Newcastle, and then they still got through, but by the skin of their teeth.
No, but Rack, like when I was watching the Man United game, I think when Newcastle conceded, all the Villa fans started like screaming, like you could hear them on the pitch, so they knew what was going on. So I think straight away after that, he made like defensive changes. So he tried to kind of like shore it off, thinking, you know, that'll be enough. But
Wow.
yeah, that was probably the worst decision I've seen all season. Like, sorry,
Hey,
alhamdulillah.
I'm just gonna say this.
That was awful. Like,
Unai
I still
Emery-
can't understand what the hell happened with that. Like, there's no explanation. Like, what did you do? How did you do it? And what made you think to blow the whistle before the ball's gone into the back of the net?
Yeah.
At least let the ball go into the back of the net. Then cool, blow your whistle. Take a look at everything. But for you to do that beforehand, I don't understand how and why.
Can I say one thing though? Villa
Yeah.
got robbed 100% for that goal, but overall they were bottling that game. They were bottling that game from the beginning to the end.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, but
I'm not
let's
sure
see.
they
To
would
get
have won.
sent off, the goalkeeper to get sent off for Unai Emery, who was in a position to get top four. Don't forget, Man City and Chelsea were also in a similar position. What did they do? They went on and won a bunch of those games going into it. Going into this game, they drew to Brighton. They lost to us, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yikes.
sorry, not
Yeah,
they-
you need to put it on
sorry,
the
they-
map.
they- sorry,
I'll be honest,
my
we
apologies. I'm talking about Newcastle.
deserve to win as well.
Aston Villa, they lost to Man City and they lost the final game of the season. Those two out of the last 5 games cost them top 4. We can look
You
at
know-
everything else, but reality is Unai Emery this season has been getting hyped up out of the Champions League because of his own stupidity twice. Conference League, in the FA Cup, in the
because of
FA
his own
Cup and League
stupidity,
Cup.
really? Against
I'm
PSG?
going through it. I'm going through
Let
it
him be
because
harsh.
I was hearing all year Unai Emery better than
Yeah,
Arteta. He
yeah,
has Villa in
yeah,
a better
yeah.
position than Arsenal.
Let him get it off his
Fucking
chest.
bullshit.
No,
Every
do you know
day
what,
I
though?
hear
Like,
bullshit.
no, Agal. The
Bro,
reason why
no. I'm not
I wanna-
hearing it
no,
because
I
today,
hear what you're saying
today I'm
because
dunking on this waste man. We get told.
What?
We get
no,
told.
I don't think
Wait.
you
This
do
is
We
that,
get
Jeff.
told
I don't think
Arteta.
so.
We get told Arteta won with Unai Emery's team. Well, Unai Emery would have never won the FA Cup with that Arsenal team. Unai Emery this season bottled it twice in a semi-final in the Champions League and in the FA Cup.
Are we gonna pretend that
didn't get to the
Arsenal?
semi-final, bro.
Are we
It
not
was
gonna
on the
pretend that the
quarter-
Arsenal team is
Wait,
actually
wait,
better
wait,
than
wait,
Aston
It was a
Villa?
quarterfinal. It was a
Wait, wait.
I'm
quarterfinal.
sorry.
It was a
Nah,
quarterfinal first.
you know what? He did this on purpose. He bottled it on purpose to get Europa League football so he can try to win
He
a Europa
couldn't
League.
bottle it.
Wow.
Wow,
Oh
this
my
is insane.
god.
Listen,
Oh my
listen.
god.
Let's
No,
let-
if you compare
let's
squads,
add them.
yeah,
Let's
no.
add some necessary. Let's add some necessary context here. I think Aston Villa have never won at Old Trafford in a very long while. Firstly, right? That's like one thing we need to add. And then obviously United are coming off a shocking loss, obviously to Spurs. So we all knew those players were gonna be there to turn up in that game. Now we can criticize, that today, whether you wanted me or not, bro. It was on his goalkeeper being an absolute knobhead. Yeah, that they basically lost the game. It was not down to him.
No, bro. It was down to him because I'll be honest with you, we were this is the way we were peppering them today. I'm not sure if you watched the game, bro, but we should have been like 4 goals up in the first half. It's just we just couldn't score.
Fair enough then.
But one thing I'm gonna say for Agal, bro, you can't compare both starting lineups and starting 11s with Arsenal and Aston Villa. Emery, I still believe he did well. Like he done pretty good in the Champions League with the squad that he had. And yeah, you got where did he get? Top 6, top 5? Like it's one of them ones. But to sit there and like dunk on him for bottling it in the last couple of games, I get that. But to the Arteta comparison, I still think it's a little bit too early because but how many times have we watched Arsenal this season and they're very pragmatic? Like you won goals from corners and free kicks, and it's 1-0s and 2-0s, and Emery can do that. Emery has been able to do that. Agal, you're on mute.
He invested in January. People said this is what a top manager does. He invests in January and he goes and pushes his team on. He had the team in the Champions League.
But how much did he invest though?
He had the team. He had the team in the Champions League semi-final, FA Cup semi-final, and in a comfortable position in the top 4.
Champions League quarterfinal, FA Cup quarterfinal.
Champions League quarterfinal, and he then ended up getting knocked out of both of them and losing the Champions League spot. To end the season in this fashion, he literally threw away the season, and everyone praises him. But when it's time to criticize for the end of the season, what actually matters, he didn't get any of it. Now, I think Arsenal 100% deserve the criticism we get. But Unai Emery still gets all the lovey-dovey stuff when he does well, but he never gets the same level of criticism when he does bad. And I'm just sticking out on him because he deserves the criticism. The hype this season was out of this world. He beat Bayern. People were talking like he was going to top the group in the Champions League. Fair play. He went through to the next round. We did his thing. Then eventually it got to a point where he started losing, and people are like, you know what? Well, he tried his best anyways. Fuck that. His team could have done better.
Bro, what are we doing here?
No, but not only that, he's had no Rashford. This wasn't his team.
Ridiculous, bro.
No.
I feel like we're doing a crazy work on him, bro. Like,
I'm holding him
this
to
is
the
the
same
same brother.
accountability that
No,
people hold other teams to. Because
no,
Aston
you
Villa,
cannot.
I think Aston Villa throughout the season have been just on the same level as Chelsea, just on the same level as Newcastle. For them to fall out,
they've not had any centre backs barring Konsa throughout the whole season at any given time. They literally had Tyrone Winks out for ACL. Pau Torres has only just come back as of recently, right? I forget who the other centre back guy is, that they have that's only come back. Like they've legit just been one man, and then Abubakar Kamara literally a centre mid playing centre back for them.
no, but you're missing it. Every time when things matter, they throw the game away themselves.
Yes, because they don't have
Crystal
that level of
Palace.
pedigree. It's Aston Villa,
Well,
bro.
so do you. So do you. So is Arteta.
Palace.
So have we.
Yeah, I know, and we get stick for it. But Crystal
Because you're
Palace,
Aston Villa right now. What are we doing, Miguel?
We're-
You are
but
your club.
Chelsea,
Yes,
Chelsea would,
different.
bro. Chelsea would be held to a higher standard than this.
Yes, because we're bigger than Aston Villa as well. That's
I
the
know.
point I'm trying to
It's
make.
not only about being a bigger club; it's also about being fair. They do deserve criticism for what they've done to end the
Fair
season.
enough, but, all right. But I just think it's because they're
Just
I think
because
it's
it's a cute story. It's Villa. It's Unai Emery. Stop acting like they can't get things wrong and mess up. They've messed up.
So they have messed up to some extent because at certain points, but I don't think anybody thought they were going to beat PSG. I think more people thought you
They
would beat
could've.
PSG than not realistically. I think PSG.
I thought they were going to beat. I was worried they were going to beat them and beat us.
Okay,
but
you're
PSG
you're the only person who thought they were going to beat PSG.
No, I think it was quite obvious. People thought going into the tie that they could beat PSG. I thought people thought PSG got lucky versus you. That's what people thought.
No, no.
Now that they've beaten Arsenal, the mood has kind of changed. But I do think more people were thinking Villa could have taken them out than now.
I don't know. I think anybody who watched the two games between us and PSG can clearly see PSG are one of the best teams in Europe. Over the course of the tie, we are one of the best teams in Europe. Over the course of the tie, they played better than us. And there's no shame in saying it. They were a much better team. Much better. They were definitely significantly better than us, I think.
Yeah, I got you.
I don't think that happens out of luck. That you look the result that we got in Paris, where you play badly and get a smash and grab. I think that can happen. But over the course of the tie, I don't think anybody will say, "Oh, PSG is not a good team." I don't think anybody had Villa as the favourites.
You know what? Maybe you guys can say I'm just a hater, but
you are a hater.
Maybe you know what it is. Maybe you know what it is. Listen,
you are.
You call me a hater, but the truth. But one second, you can call me a hater.
This is crazy.
You can call me a hater, but the truth is, Emery deserves to get cooked for the end.
You know what the problem is? Before you go, right here, I'm just gonna say this. I think the expectations may be that we, the rest of us have on what we expect Aston Villa to be achieving and getting. I think it's a bit more different to whatever you're expecting. Because I don't expect Aston Villa to be getting consistent UCL football. But I do expect them on some level with the team they've got to be getting consistent European football, whether it be Conference League or Europa League, right? Obviously, getting UCL is a big bonus for them, right? Because that's but I don't know what you're expecting to be getting on a consistent basis. Like that's what my issue is.
Go. One word answer. Do you hate Unai Emery? Or do you dislike him? It goes frozen.
No, do you know what it is? No, but bro, it's like asking me. You know, Eric Ten Hag. Yeah, if Eric Ten Hag got a job in the UK, yeah, I would probably. It would be a weird thing for me because I'd be like, I hate this manager because of how much he set us back. Do you know what I mean? But then, I'll look at the manager we got now, and I'm like, I hate him too. And it's
guys,
like,
by the way, Wolfie, Nottingham Forest. It's peak for him. He was talking about title races.
Yeah. I always laugh at Wolfie. I say, bro, I said you chat more than the triple winning Man United team.
Liverpool. He was talking about finishing above Arsenal guarantee.
Yeah.
He was
You were saying 4-1 against us on Friday.
I was telling him his confidence.
I told him we know what's gonna happen. That's what I told him.
No, but guys, did you guys realize I just spoke about Emery, but Nottingham Forest's bottle job was epic proportions.
They had a 10-point lead. You know, whether people wanted me or not, they had a 10-point lead.
Look at this. Look at the epic proportions of how many points they dropped to end the season, right? Now, they lost to Chelsea. They drew to Leicester from a winning position twice.
That was great. That was that.
They drew to Palace. And if I go back, look at this. Lost to Brentford. Lost to Man City. Lost to Everton.
At home.
Lost to Aston Villa. Wow.
Those drop points at home where you can see Brentford drawing against Leicester, that's cost them big time.
Big time, bro.
I'll be honest. Nuno's gone. The owner's not going to keep him.
No. Listen,
I don't think so.
You have to put it into perspective. I
think he deserves his flowers.
No one actually expected Forest to be where they are. If he gets rid of Nuno now, he's an idiot.
No, I think the owner has said his ambition for the club is to think like a big club, like Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United.
Fine. He's going to get rid of Nuno. Get rid of Nuno. They're going to be fighting relegation next season. Like, hey, come on!
People said getting rid of time. People said getting rid of Patrick Vieira for Glasner would have been a bad move. People said getting rid of this manager for this manager would have been a bad move.
It's a different. Like Oliver Glasner had won the Europa League, right? He was quite a well respected manager. Don't get me wrong. I think a lot of us wanted Patrick Vieira to succeed. I wanted Patrick Vieira to succeed, but I don't think anybody's saying that getting in Oliver Glasner is a bad thing. And Nuno is a good manager. Nuno is a proven manager. So I think there's different. They're arguably more proven than Vieira has been.
I think Nuno, from what I seen a couple days ago, that Nuno is most likely done. And what makes me think that? Just look at the owner. Just look at the owner and what he was. Just look at the owner. He's gone, bro. He's gone.
All right. Well,
he's gone.
If he does that, let's be real, boys. Yeah, he's having an absolute stinker. And the problem for me, listen. You know, obviously, I don't know if you were watching the Chelsea game, but there was no the game started at 4 p.m. rather than the usual time of 3 p.m. with a few pundits and commentators who wanted Chelsea on the Forest game. Obviously, if you know why, that's fair enough. But like again, like if he sacks him, it's just like again, who do you bring in afterwards? Like I don't know.
They might part ways. You
don't know. You can part ways with him, but then my question becomes, who do you bring in next, right? Because
they reported it a couple days ago, though. It's not me reporting it.
No. I hear what you're saying, but I'm saying, let's say that happens. Who do you bring in next, though? That's what I'm asking.
I don't know. That's up to the man. That's up to the owner. But the owner is extremely ambitious. He wants to be pushing up there. And if he thinks Nuno dropped the ball at the end of the season and he doesn't want to reward him,
they get Conference League, right? They're in Conference League right now as well. Like again, what level of attraction can you get now?
No, they're not in Conference League, are they?
Yes, they're in Conference League because Aston Villa's in Europa League, and then it's them.
No, oh yeah, and then it's what about Palace? What do Palace get?
Palace there's 2 Europa League spots. So Crystal Palace took one because they won the FA Cup. So it becomes 6th place becomes Europa, and then the 7th place becomes Conference League. So so essentially they've currently got Conference League football.
People are saying this is mad karma for banning Gary Neville. Do you think they refereed the game differently? Because
I'll be honest, Anthony Taylor's like the number 1 hated referee at Chelsea. So I mean, if he's, I thought it would be a bit more of the opposite way. So
fair. Toon's back. Before Vader comes back, we're gonna talk to Toon quick. Toon, how you feeling, man?
Mixed emotions, like relieved, Champions League football, everything else like that. I don't like losing games. We've lost a game, and even though we've had a decent track record of being like coming out well in high pressure situations, i.e. the League Cup final, a couple games ago against Chelsea, that was a high risk game. I would have wanted us to at least win or draw, at least win against Everton in our final game of the season. But rather than rely on somebody else to bail us out, but fine, I'll take it. And just feel overall relieved. I think we deserve it overall during the season. Like I said, we haven't bought a first team player for the last 3 transfer windows. And this is probably, it's the best season for me as a Newcastle, ever experienced as a Newcastle fan. To have Champions League and to have a trophy has been a very, very superb season for us. Eddie Howe, for me, I was wondering whether he'll prove like where his ceilings he's at. He continues to kind of raise the ceiling for me as a manager. I had us in terms of points, 64 to 68 points. He's kind of very much got us to where I thought it would be. I just didn't know that it'll get us into the Champions League, but it did. So yeah, essentially onwards and upwards. It kind of helps us with our momentum going forward because we had to do a lot of things in the background to sort ourselves out financially, PSR wise, injury wise. We reduced that, we've done that, and now it's just the Champions League. Now we can really, really focus on transfers essentially and getting players in, keeping the best players. We've got the best chance ever now to keep our best players. And you know what? So yeah, we're positioned to have a really good transfer window and a following season. So that kind of keeping the main thing, which is that. So yeah, good. Relieved, but mixed emotions.
Okay. Vader, are you surprised that Newcastle didn't finish above you?
Is my audio good?
Yeah, perfect.
Am I surprised that Newcastle didn't finish above me?
That's a loaded question, man.
No, I'm not surprised by that. I think, but again, if it was a difference in terms of 1 point here or there, honestly, I'm calm. Igal, I don't think you really don't understand how difficult this season was. Like this season for a City fan, but more so for the players, it was so weird to try and understand how these players fell off like they did. But then when you look at and again, not in just in isolation, but to really give the context, when you look at the players that were injured, when you look at how you're trying to change an entire system, when you lose a Ballon d'Or player, like you've witnessed your club try to do without Saka at times, and even before that, when you were trying to do things without Odegaard and Saka, like I'm just grateful for top 4, top 3, top 5. I just wanted Europe. I wanted Europe because I know what it means financially. And again, I can't let the likes of Rax take advantage of a kind of, no disrespect, but a poor league performance season. I can't let him take advantage of that and then re-up the next season with us without strengthening. So City being Europe is huge. I tweeted this. I'm so happy for how my players, my manager, my club, and my fan base fought this entire season. So we move, man. This is response. This is a response summer. Let's see how the club responds to falling off. The last time we fell off like this, Liverpool took advantage, and my club responded to take the title back. So I want to see us continue with that, despite this whole Florian Wirtz news and what they're going to do with the other right backs and left backs. I want us to respond, get this title back over Manchester City, because we've been doing the football gods' work. We've been keeping things balanced. I'm sorry, United fans, and I'm sorry I wasn't able to keep Liverpool away from winning number 20. I've been trying my best. I couldn't. I could do it 4 years in a row. I couldn't do it 5 years in a row. That's it.
I've got a question for both Philip and for Vader. Philip, obviously, what you said, like, there's been a lot of speculation about players going out of Newcastle now. Like, obviously, apart from Isaac, I've seen in the last few days, like Gordon has been mentioned as a possible outgoing.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I don't think Isaac is going to go. I don't know what you think about Gordon, but looking forward, like, what are the main areas that you think you can strengthen? Because I guess at some point, just now you're kind of reasonably consistent Champions League, appearing in the Champions League relatively consistently. You guys, I guess you want to build it on the next take it to the next level.
Yeah.
Go on. I've got a question for Vader afterwards.
No, great question. I think first of all, on Gordon, I hope he stays. I think the links have come because I tend to think that people that are kind of in the nose or kind of transfer guys are watching some of the discontent amongst Newcastle fans around Gordon's recent performances. I'm a little bit. I think he's one of our key players, and he has to stay. I think he's one of the best left-wing forwards in the league. So we've got to keep him, and I think he wants to stay. In regards to so the positions that we have to improve, we have to upgrade on is goalkeeper, right centre back, right wing forward. I think, but the right wing forward, right centre back, those and goal and right centre back, right wing forward, those and goalkeeper are the ones that we have to improve, that we have to upgrade on. And now that we've got Champions League, I definitely think we're going to push for the forward. We're linked to obviously Delap, to another French guy from Rennes. I forgot his name, João Pedro, and those guys there. And I think
the Callum Wendo that you linked to.
Callum Wendo, that's it. Callum Wendo. Thank you. Well spotted. And so there's 3 core positions, but then we'd like to improve on at least 5. And I think they've learned, especially from our first Champions League one, but they couldn't do anything about it because of PSR. that we need to have. So this season, we've only had, if you look at our squad, 15 players who played more than 1,000 minutes. So that's roughly 10 to 11 games. That's not good. I think Liverpool got somewhere to 16 to 17. Like Liverpool have the best squad rotation ever, like in the team, in the league. So like we need to be able to get to those levels if we're going to be able to. This season, I hope to see us master the ability to go to Europe and come back and be competitive in the league, be competitive in domestic cups as well. So yeah, about 3 to 5 positions essentially. And hopefully Gordon stays.
Yeah.
I think you don't have to worry about anybody leaving now.
Vader, last time you mentioned you went back to the previous time we won the league when you guys dropped off for a season. And look, I don't think any of us here think that you won't, but I think there's a difference between that squad, because the team that came back and won the league the year after we won the league had most of the same components that won the league the prior 2 seasons, right? It feels like there's much more drastic surgery required to this City team. I think even the guys that came in January, some of those guys have settled, or at least are playing reasonably consistent, like Marmoush. But others, your Nico Gonzalez, I don't know what you think about that pronunciation, Vader, but Nico Gonzalez has hardly played. And so not only do you have to bed him in, you have to bed him in, and he has to hit the ground running at the start of next season, for example. So are there question marks? Do you think you can get back to the required level in this season, or do you think it may even take Pep into the second year of his potentially final contract with City to get back up to the previous level? And Rita hasn't heard anything. I guess that's great.
You know what? Yeah, I want to ask another. I want to add like another part to that, because I think, you look at obviously some of the guys that are leaving. I do wonder also, what can you get for some of these guys that are leaving your club as well, right? Like Grealish, obviously, I might, because he looks like this is like the end for him. How much can you get for someone that you bought for 100 million? Can you even balance the book value with him? It's a question you got to ask yourself. And probably you would assume a guy like a Kovacic, maybe a Gundogan, some of these other older players probably going to be leaving. How much can you get for that? How much is that going to actually help you? Because like you more than likely may also take losses on these guys too, right? So
Bernardo Silva, I mean, he's been looking for a way out for the last 3 years.
Exactly. So like that's the thing. Like
respect him, because most of the time most of the seasons apart from this season he has continued to play well. Yeah. So you got to respect the fact that that's what you have to do. Yeah. But this season, obviously, his level has actually fallen off this season. That's the thing.
So guys, here's the thing. Like everyone to a man at Manchester City, you could say their levels have dropped. Hopefully my audio is still good. But every man over at Manchester City, the levels have dropped. If you want to go from Foden to Bernardo to Haaland, like across the board, we've all lost. What'd you say?
No, I said we know about Foden.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't understand why Igal can't help himself. It's crazy. But look, you bring up some great questions. The club is going to. Again, the club and the 200 million that you guys keep clowning Manchester City on spending, it was with regards to a future vision. It was with regards to obviously this past season, but moves for next season. There's a lot of rumors on who we're possibly going to get, and who's going to make the most sense. But the thing that I don't doubt is, yes, the players we got to vet in to be ready. But then I'm also very curious, the same way you would, I'm sure you are to a certain degree, Rax, is to see how your club responds to actually being the hunted, to actually having the target on your backs. Because this money that you're spending, there's no expectations here. The money that you're spending, the players that you're rumored to get, there's no, we'll see what this means. No, this is the expectation. The Prem talk will be defending this title. So I'm curious to see how Liverpool fans, to see how the club actually deals with that, because in past years they've always been able to scapegoat and say we cannot compete with City. City are the clear favorites. Some of your big content creators, that's their whole gimmick and scheme is to play the underdog. So we'll see how this season plays out. But I'm confident that we'll strengthen, and if it requires us to maybe not be like we were in terms of our peak, so be it. That's football. I've seen you guys, no disrespect, but I've seen you guys fall off. You lost the last 2 years. You finished behind Arteta and Arsenal. So the response may not be immediate, but I'm confident that we'll get back, and it's about competition. So let's see if you can retain this title.
Look, about us, I say before we've even signed anybody, I'm saying we go into next season's favourites, because I think we've shown this season that we are the best team. And if someone next season turns out to be better than us, then fair enough. But right now, we're the best.
It's on the other teams too. It's legit on the other teams.
The question is, can Newcastle bridge the gap to become a title contender?
You know what? It's so smart. You know,
Arsenal.
so smart. I was just about to say, where's Arsenal in this year?
Yeah.
Man, you're only 10 points behind me, girl, man. Only 10 points behind me, girl, man.
I'm a couple Mo Salah penalties away from being in the title race, though.
Oh my word!
But hey,
Wow.
do you guys want to talk about Arsenal?
That is shameless, bro.
I'm not dignifying that with a response.
My Arsenal section is going to be called "Close but No Cigar," because I think we were close at certain points this season, but with the injuries and just
the start when everyone was on 0 points.
No. On a serious note, I think even with the season ending with you guys having a 10-point gap, you guys kind of did take your foot off the gas the last 5 games. You would have made it maybe more if it was still closer. But at this moment in time, I still look at this team and I say to myself, we're right there. The best defense in the Premier League. Set pieces went down the drain the moment Gabriel got injured. But I do think we were still really good at defending set pieces before he got injured. Now we have conceded the most set piece goals this season. Overall, I think a lot of the issues we've had, we can fix. We need to go out and address the striker position. Victor Gyökeres just finished his last game today, lost to Benfica. I think it was 2-1 or 2-0. But
he scored.
2-1, yeah.
I hope you get Victor Gyökeres, man, because like the way you're moving right now, man, you know what I mean, and you're looking at his last game, man. It'll be very hilarious. Bro,
I was so close. I think you're getting Šeško. Honestly, I think you're getting Šeško.
I don't think you guys know what the name on the back of my Arsenal shirt is. I'm gonna show it when we sign him.
Don't do it.
Bloody hell, man!
Don't do it.
Oh man! Don't do this to yourself.
I already got number 14 on my shirt. Listen. Victor Gyökeres joins Arsenal in the summer. Hopefully, we can get a left winger of quality. I don't know. I'm not 100% confident we'll get the signing of Liel or Rodrigo or Nico Williams. I don't know who we're going to get.
Don't get him. Yeah, I agree with that take too.
Awful.
I don't know who we're going to get. But one thing I do know is it's a big summer for everybody, not just Arsenal.
Yeah.
The thing is, man, it's a big 3 weeks for me, man. You know what I mean? I've got my UCL confirmed. I've got Club World Cup in 3 weeks. I've got to start making transfers.
No, hold on. So Igar just did a little bit of a switcheroo there. Like, it's a big song for everybody, not just Arsenal.
No, because they always keep telling me. No. They always tell me I only talk about Arsenal in a good way, but I don't say it about everybody. So I was trying to be fair and say everyone has a big summer.
No. So with Arsenal, right?
I think it's very straightforward. We know what our issue is. Our issue is we don't score enough goals to kill off games. The reason why we're drawing all these games is not down to our defense. It's down to our attack not being good enough to get over the line. I've said it numerous times. I'll say it again here. Liverpool were just better than us in the final third, and we physically cannot compete with a team that are just better than us at killing off games. You're not going to be able to win a league if you can't kill off games. You can be the best team defensively in the league. You can concede the least goals in the league. You can have the most clean sheets in the league like our goalkeeper did. But guess what? You don't score enough goals, you can't win enough games. To get
How many clean sheets did you have?
He had 13 clean sheets.
We had 13 clean sheets.
But your goalkeeper must have got injured.
Not the goalkeeper, the team. Like I think the metrics you're putting out, it's a very fine line for Arsenal. I think you're underestimating just how much.
34 goals. That's like, 7.
The funny thing is, listen, I would say Chelsea have a pretty not great defense in my personal opinion. And we're already like I think 10 goals.
It's not like
it's not great. You know,
if you compare it to Liverpool,
10 goals is a lot, you know.
If you compare to Liverpool,
It is,
goals
but
conceded, goals
only need
scored,
one goal
even
to win a game.
XGs conceded, like literally they're head and shoulders above everybody. Like it's not even a joke.
Yes.
I think you're underestimating a little bit just how much better they are than you, but also how close we are to you.
I think in football, the gap between number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4 can change so much dramatically over one season that I don't think we can say head and shoulders Liverpool are going to be this team next season.
No, this season they've been head and shoulders above everybody. I'm saying you have to make that up. Like you really have to make that up. Like you can't mess around with this striker.
I think with a striker and a left winger, it could be a game changer for Arsenal because everyone can see that attack has been our deficiency, where our deficiencies has been. Liverpool reinvent themselves with Florian Wirtz and have a different level of creativity. Maybe they can reinvent themselves and do something different next season.
But you know that there's something that I heard that was said. It was a few weeks ago. I think there's something like Arsenal have dropped 20 points from winning positions, right? I don't know what the exact numbers, just say 20, right? Now,
22.
even if you get your 22, whatever. The point is that you bring in your top class striker and your top class left wing or whatever. Yes, there's a possibility, a reasonable, more than reasonable possibility that number of points decreases, but it will never go from 22 to 0. Because even the best teams in the world drop points from winning positions. Even the best teams in the world will, come back sometimes from losing positions and get a point or something like that. Things, you will never become perfect so that you win. Ever since you score first, the game is over. It just doesn't. Football doesn't work like that. You're always going to be punished every now and then.
Let me give you an example right here. I think Chelsea is a good example of this from like last season, and I would even argue this season. Last season, when we were under Poch, like we had the easiest tendency. Like it would be like 1-0 up, game ends 2-1. Like it would be like cash money almost like quite consistently. Right? And it was also very consistent, I would probably argue, at times in the first half of the season. But the one thing I would give credit for Maresca is I think in the second half, we actually learned what it meant when you keep a lead, to keep like a 1-0 clean sheet. That like having that ability just to maybe score a goal and then just be like, let's just shut up shop. Is like, for an elite team, or just like a top team, is like a must. It's just a necessary thing. And like losing 22 points, that's basically, that's 7 games essentially, plus 1, essentially, basically 8. Like, that you're losing points in. It's essentially like, 7 times 3.
Igal is such a hater, man.
Yeah.
Such a hater. Look at this. Look at this tweet.
Oh my God!
I am a big time Emery hater.
It says,
guys,
knocked out of the League Cup, knocked out of the Champions League, knocked out of the semi-finals of the FA Cup, bottled the UCL spot in the league. Good evening.
Good evening. Yes. Good evening.
Who's won more than Arteta and Emery? But
I think Emery's won definitely more. He's won like
because you keep on hunting them. Like, why are you hunting them down there? You stop finishing.
No, because bro, I'm just sticking on him because I want people to stay consistent with this guy. Anyways, I'm gonna say this, guys. Arsenal, win, lose, or draw, we are going to be back next season. That was.
It's just how back are you going to be? Like that's the question.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if I think you think you're going to be right up there contending. You probably will be, but I don't think Chelsea got Champions League money now. Liverpool are going to stay where they are. They're only going to get better.
I think this team is going to be contending again next season, and the difference is going to be now. Hopefully, we will have the firepower up front to get us over the line to win it.
Yeah, your standards have to be hit this season.
Who do you think the biggest challenges are next season?
Man City and Liverpool.
You don't think Chelsea can step up or Newcastle?
I think Chelsea will be there and thereabouts, but I still don't think Chelsea will fully challenge. I
know there's going to be. I would probably say next season for Chelsea is about contending, the ability to contend. That's probably what that's my.
There's a certain maturity that Chelsea. I think there's a certain maturity that Chelsea have shown over the last 5 games. They've started doing what they need to do to get over the line. Like, as soon as they saw that was the objective, and whether that'll be enough in like maybe next season will come too soon for them, I don't know. But it has been begrudgingly, I'm going to give them praise for it because they saw that they were potentially it was kind of going to be out of their hands, and they rushed back control. And I think that's got to be give them some credit for that.
Who is going to be Liverpool's biggest challenger next season? Is it going to be Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea?
I just don't. I think for me, if you just look at that, yeah, I'm really unsure on Manchester City because, like, I look at their transfer policy and it's like, this is not what I'm expecting from Man City. You know what I mean? Like, someone said to me the other day, you know, it was a City fan that I work with, and he said to me, you know, in the market when we used to spend 50 million like 3-4 years ago, yeah, that 50 million you were spending was real value, right? Now when you're looking to spend that same amount of money, you're spending on a lot more of a younger player, a guy that's probably got less experience. Yeah, he may have a higher ceiling, but like the quality difference, that you're spending on value is like completely. I think it's definitely declined.
Do you know what I think? I think they sold their best talent from their academy. I think that's the problem.
I agree with that too.
I think the best talent was already internally. Your Rodgerses, your Cole Palmers, the list is insane.
Delap was another one, man. Delap
is another one. Lavia's, and I think the best talent was already in their home, and they've for whatever, I understand for business.
Here we go.
I'm telling you, see the players that you're linked to, like is it Reinders? I don't know too much about him, but I've been reading scout reports and that he's not better than some of the guys in your academy. I don't think he's better than.
I'll tell you right now, the only good thing about Tijani Reinders is that he's a great box crasher. This season in particular, he had a great season box crashing. But if you put him in a pivot defensively,
apparently he's not better than Scott McTominay.
He's getting eaten for days. He's just a box crasher. The whole thing about him. Yeah, again, you need to understand that Reinders is like, he's basically Lampard. He does Lampard does really well, which is crash the box really well. Defensively, though, he is not great, bro.
That's not good in the Premier League. That's not good in the Premier League.
And that's not good in the Premier League, yeah.
Hey, it is what it is.
Wait. Hold on here. You guys just said he kind of crashes the box like Lampard, and you want to then poo-poo on the quality of signing? Like, guys, I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna do a Rax right now. I'm gonna do a Rax. I'm gonna be mature. I'm gonna lean back in my chair, watch you guys say your nonsense, and then I'll address you on future shows. Because we had to, again, for a Chelsea fan to tell me, the talent that I let go in Lavia and Cole Palmer, of course I'm gonna expect you to say that. But you got to understand, when you have a wealth of talent at your club, you can't keep it all. And you also can't send all these players on loan as well, because from a philosophy standpoint, that's not how the club is choosing to run. The club's choosing to run with, if players want to stay under the wing of Pep, continue to learn, you'll wait your turn and then you'll play. If you don't want to, if you don't want to, then you're going to go. And I admit, Rodgers, Cole Palmer, Lavia, all quality. Am I missing Lavia? Not so much. Injury prone. Am I missing Cole Palmer? You could argue this season with the injuries that I had. Yes, absolutely. Did I miss him last year? I got to say no, when I also had a Julian Alvarez and I had an Oscar Bob and I also had a Bernardo Silva that were all playing on that wing.
So a lot of it.
I just want to ask, I know we're speaking in hindsight, but do you think you kept on to some of your players a little bit too long? I mean, how many times can you rinse Bernardo Silva? How many times can you do Gundogan? You even sold him to Barcelona and brought him back in. Are you telling me that you couldn't get Rodgers in that midfield? You couldn't get McAtee to fill in? Like the talent that's out there that you guys have let go is absolutely insane. I just think maybe that, and because Guardiola says it himself that he doesn't like a big squad because he doesn't like to see players on the bench. I also think that he doesn't like to. He's becoming inflexible. Like if you want to be a great manager, I think there's got to be and I'm sure Raptors would agree around Klopp. Maybe there is a guilty part where they've kept players on a year too long, and it's keeping you setting you back another 2 years as a result of that. Because now you bought Savinho. I don't think Savinho is better.
Yo, Vader, your mic's moving mad.
Oh, gonna meet him, Miguel.
I can't. It won't let me.
What? Are you sure? All right.
Yeah, it won't let me mute him.
Oh damn! All right.
He was so relaxed that even the mic took over. So I just think that they've sold their best talent, and I understandably so why they wanted to keep Gundogan and De Bruyne. But I think that's where you almost have to stop the manager from himself and say no.
Yes, I agree with that. Yeah,
it's time. It's time we push on or whatnot. So because Savinho, Adoku, they'll get better, but I don't think these guys are better than what they've got in their academy.
You know what?
Quite honestly,
I need a thumbnail with Rack's face on it. So Rack, take a picture. Say hi. You deserve it this season. You deserve it. You've been through a lot.
He's got his
Been
Vogue
through a
look.
lot. So there you go.
And pose.
there you go, man.
There you go. There you go. Ahmed, you've been through a lot. You've been through a lot this season. Take your time. We need that photo. Say hi to the people. There you go. There you go. Toon, I appreciate you joining, bro. Really do. Thank you for joining, my brother. And Vader, if you're there and if you're unmuted, thank you for joining. We're gonna wrap it up here, guys. I really cannot stay anymore. I do appreciate all the time you guys giving me all season. And Toon, you're a welcome entry to the panelists. I think you
really appreciate that. Thank you.
I think you bring some balance. You banter and you talk ball, not 24/7 bantering. So I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Until Arsenal win something, you guys will continue to banter Arsenal. Chelsea are going to win a trophy this season, potentially.
Oh, sorry.
Liverpool are going to win a trophy this season. Newcastle already won a trophy this season.
It does look like against Real Betis, isn't it? So
Crystal Palace won a trophy. To be fair, Vader won a trophy too, if you count the Community Shield. So every single person in the panel has won a trophy. Yeah.
This is ridiculous, man. No way.
There you go. We got to wrap it up, guys. Have a wonderful day.
One day you'll be able to crack your ass. It will happen. It will happen.
You know what?
Day.
We didn't even speak about Mo Salah. Mo Salah didn't get. We did actually. He didn't get the assist record.
Yeah. Salah.
You know, Mbappe got
one of the greatest. Salah's one of the greatest. Man.
Mbappe got the golden boot, even though Gyökeres got like 40-something plus goals in Portugal.
Because his league is
no one cares about
again. You need to understand what league is this? What league are we talking about? Again, the Friday, I told you a brother that came from Spain that's 90 years old scored 20 goals in that league.
Listen,
what are we doing?
He scored 53 goals. The 39 goals in his league only count as 1.5.
I'm going to be so serious when I say this, yeah? Whoever gets Gyökeres, he's going to flop at that club. I almost guarantee it.
Listen, Arsenal have an opportunity to do a very funny thing next season.
Please,
He's gone. Gyökeres, and then it come all crumbling down. That will be so glorious, man.
Oh, my Lord, man.
You guys really think Gyökeres is going to flop?
I didn't say that. I'll give him time.
If it happened, it would be so funny. If it happened, it would be so funny.
No, bro. One second. If he comes to Arsenal and bags 15 to 20 goals in the league, that's all we need.
I think 15 goals. I think is I think if you say 20,
Chris Wood standards.
Yeah, yeah, that's you have to say 20.
Chris Wood's on 20. Why are you laughing? Chris Wood has 20 goals.
But you know, if he comes to,
you guys are laughing. I wouldn't be surprised if he came and he was challenging for the Golden Boot.
If he scores 15 goals, you know how this works, right? If he comes to Arsenal and he scores 15 goals, that's not 15 goals onto Arsenal's current tally, right? You know that.
Yes,
because one of your players is going to go out. Your Mikel Merino who got you 5 goals at the end of the season, or your Kai Havertz who got you 15 goals. So you may not end up level. You end up maybe
25
more goals.
Yes,
5 goals, 25 goals.
Yes,
going to be enough to bridge
the gap.
Then
we're also looking at getting a Rodrigo or somebody else on the left wing also.
Sure, but then one person from that, your Martinelli who's got you 10 goals this season. His 10 will go to 15, maybe.
Martinelli is the most frustrating player. He does everything.
Okay.
Like
That's not the point is, the point is you can't just buy a player and add on 100% of his goals and think, done.
That's it.
No, bro, I understand that. This is not Football Manager. But the
you can't even do that in Football Manager.
I'm expecting my manager to get better with better ingredients in the kitchen.
We're saying the ingredients is suspect. That's what we're saying. The ingredient might be a bit.
There's no best
know
before
what to say.
date on the apples.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe good for tomorrow. And I've gone bad yesterday.
He just wants a striker. Leave him alone.
All I know is-
He just wants a striker, man. It's all good, man.
Listen.
João Pedro, man.
Did you know water bottles can go bad?
Depends on what they are, though. What they're made out of, no?
I got a rubber water bottle and it's just gone bad. I have to throw it out.
My friend, end the show before someone clips you. End the show
Yeah,
before someone-
This is getting out of hand, man.
What did I say?
What a glorious end to the